Good evening and blessings out there, everybody. What's going on? It's your man, Rod Hickman, Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty ends with us. Look, glad to be coming to you all tonight on this Thursday evening. Coming in from Clarksville, Tennessee. Y'all know we've been getting here and getting our business set up and things of that nature. So don't get the opportunity to come on that much, but definitely wanted to get on to say something and talk with you all about retirement planning. I have been seeing some stuff that has me concerned. And it's not nothing that I haven't already been sharing with you all on here, but I kind of want to just come on here just to make sure that you all are aware, because I guess sometimes I'm like a cup with a hole in it, right? I want to make sure that you are protected, right? At the end of the day, I want to make sure that you are able to live your best life and not have to go back and forth with nobody. All right, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But either way, it's that time, right? Now, I'm just going to share these little concepts with you, but I do want to let you know, as I told you, we have expanded out here in Clarksville, Tennessee, and we're super excited to be out here, to be in our wonderful, wonderful shared space here at the Press in Clarksville, Tennessee. Now, listen, got some events coming up. I'm going to share those with you, right? Because again, we are looking to make sure that we are helping educate people on how to save, how to grow, and how to make money, right? So let me show you this real quick. So what we're doing this summer, right? Again, we are hosting a financial summer school, right? This financial summer school is designed to help you master your money for this summer, you know. I love that little saying. I heard a guy say that. So yeah, I kind of adopted that. But yes, we want to make sure that you are being able to take care of your financial situation. A lot of people are not able to really make the kind of money that they want. Jobs are laying off. And I see so many people out here that are doing Uber and Lyft and all this, that, and the other. And then they're finding out at the end of the year that that money is taxed. And so when it gets taxed, where they were expecting a tax return, now they don't have anything. So what I'm doing, I'm teaching people strategies on how to make sure you can master your money. So as you go into this new school year, as you go into this last portion of the year, you are put in position to live your best life. You are put in position to be able to make that you want to make. So again, on Tuesday nights, this is what I'm hosting. I'm hosting these seminars. So to get to these seminars, all you have to do is simply text that number there on your screen at 901-716-7050. Just text summer to that, and you will get access to that seminar. It is in person. It's here. And what I tell people is after we do our seminar, we go have Taco Tuesday. So again, if you want to do nothing else, come on, eat with us. Because if you know me, I like to eat, right? So that's that. So again, want you to tell a neighbor, tell a friend about what we got going on, right? Then Juneteenth is on the horizon. And what we want to make sure that people are doing, we want to make sure that people are putting themselves in position to be able to experience financial freedom, right? Again, if you know the story about Juneteenth, you know that basically after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, there were people who did not know that they were free. And it took the United States government or the army, the military, to actually come in there and actually help them people get set free. So, and let them know that, look at here, brother, you are free. So it's time for you to go on about your business. So again, that's what we're hosting next Saturday, June the 20th. We are hosting a Juneteenth financial freedom. It's time for you to be emancipated from living paycheck to paycheck. I hope I can get a witness that'll say, yeah, man, I'm sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. All right. So look, those are what I have going on. They're going to be on my website. They're going to be on all my social media. So I hope that if you're in the area, I hope you'll come and check us out. Now, let's get on into it. So I'm looking online. And I've been crowing. Those of y'all that have been with me for a while, you know I've been talking about retirement. You know how I've been telling you that the 401k is not your friend. You know that I've been saying these things. And I'm not saying that from a know-it-all standpoint. I'm saying it because I've been sounding the alarm for some time, and people don't believe me. So I want people to see what the market is saying, right? I want you to see what's going on out here in these mean streets, right? And so as I can get my little screen up here, I want you to know that basically people are hurting right now financially. And a lot of time people are not aware that their 401k is not enough. So as you can see my screen right here, this is from CNBC. And look at what they're saying. More workers are rating their 401ks as the average balances fall, right? I need you to hear what's being said, right? It's a lot of gobbledygook in here. I'm not focused on that. I want you to hear what people are doing, right? That's what I want you to pay attention to. So more workers are rating their 401ks, which is causing the average balance to fall. Now, okay, Rod, well, what's the average balance of that people have in their 401k? Well, let's go take a look. As we go down here, wait a minute, let's see. No, wrong one. There we go. As we go here, I want you to see just exactly what it is that people have in their 401ks. So what they're telling you is people in their 20s on average have about $116,000. Now, when you talk about average, that's taking everybody that's in their 20s and you're saying, hey, man, everybody in their 20s, what is the average, right, that they have in their 401k? Now, that's an interesting number. That's one number. But the more realistic number is what we call the median 401k balance. And notice the median income that what people have in their 401k is about $43,000. Now, to be fair, they're just getting started, probably just getting out of college, or they didn't go to college, went to work, start working in warehouses, stuff like that, right? Just, again, putting into their 401ks, right? That's what they're saying that they have. And let's look at it. I'm not going to go through each one of these, but I just kind of want you to see what's going on. They're saying the average is 400 and call it 410, but real life is more 156, 246. When you get into your 60s, they're saying that the average is $577,000. But notice that the median, meaning real world, what people have in their 401ks in their 60s is $187,000. Now, let's take a break and pause right here. When you see where it says that people, the median American has about $187,000, let's say that everybody that was 60 had that, right? Let's just say that. But do you not know that if this person was making $50,000 a year in salary and they decided to retire, that's only 3 years of their income, or 3.5, right? That's only 3.5 years of their income. And so what I want people to understand is when you're looking at this, like, wait a minute, 3 years of your income, well, what's going to happen after that? After that, you broke. Well, before that, you're going to pay taxes. So it's really not going to be that much. But what's going to happen is after those 3 years, you will be broke. And you will have to figure it out. Well, Rod, I got Social Security. No, bro. Don't even play with yourself like that. I'm 51, and they're already talking about Social Security ain't going to be there for me. They're saying, people are saying, and a lot of people starting to say it now, that the Social Security pot is going to dry up by 2035. I've heard some people so cynical say that it's going to be more around 2032. But again, I don't want to really focus on that, folks. I just want you to be aware. This is what they're saying is in people's retirement. And the main point that I want you to take from this is when you look at that retirement money, that basically is your annual income for the rest of your life. And as you can see here, this is not enough money. And that's why so many people are now having to go get in these gig economies, and they're having to go and DoorDash and all this other stuff. And again, I don't knock people for your hustle. That is your hustle. But the one thing I would encourage you to do, I would always encourage you to basically put yourself in position where you are able to maximize your money, where you are able to maximize what it is that you're doing, where you're able to maximize what it is that you're doing for your family. So with that being said, let me, hold on, what happened here? Let me remove that real quick. So let me show you something real quick. So when I come here, and I've been teaching on this for a while, I've been showing you all about the 401k and how it's not your friend. So I'm going to do that one more time before I get on up out of here. Now, when we talk about the 401k trap, we're talking about how the 401k was never designed to be your primary means of retirement. It just wasn't, folks. I'd love to tell you that it was, but it was not. It was never designed to be a primary means of retirement. It literally gave your employers a tax break. What does that mean? That means if your employer makes $100 million in a year, and they say we put 5% towards our employee retirement, they only have to pay taxes on $95 million, right? Because they get a tax break for their contribution to your retirement account. That's how it works. Now, it's also part of a company portfolio, which you have to be very careful about, because when you start looking at a company evaluation, that company evaluation is based on your retirement money is up in there too. So if they say, again, this company is worth $500 million, how much of those retirement plans are part of that company portfolio? Now, that's great on one hand, but watch this. Remember, if your money is not vested, this is what you need to know. If you have a 401k, when am I actually fully vested? Because what will happen is if that company goes bankrupt, whatever is not vested, you lose, or you have the opportunity to lose. I want you to know that. A lot of people don't really be paying no attention, but I'm telling you, that's why a 401k is not your friend. It really works well for the employer, doesn't work as well for you. And then with the free money myth, I'll get into that in a second. So this is how 401k works. If you're making $60,000 a year, and if your employer matches 5%, that means the max they're going to put in there is about $3,000. And so what happened, most people say, and again, it's reasonable. It sounds reasonable. Hey, man, if I put more money in, my money is going to grow more, right? So let's just say in this example, on an annual basis, this person and the company is putting in about $7,000 a year, right? Over the course of 35 years, that's $245,000. Now, I'm moving fast because I got to get up out of here. Now, remember, your money is not just sitting somewhere. It's in the market. It's in the variable market. Because when you signed up for that 401k, you probably don't remember, right? But you signed up whether you wanted a low risk, a moderate risk, or a high risk account. That's what you signed up for. So your money now goes into the market, whether it's the NASDAQ, the MAG 7, the S&P 500, whatever. It goes into there. And what I always tell people is the market over the last 30 years, you can look this up, fact check Rod now, over the last 30 years, after inflation, it's averaged about 7.22%. Now, I'm not going to go through the peaks and valleys and all that there, but let's just say it's not what you think it is, right? Because compound interest does not work that way. Because what you got to understand, when you put your money in the variable market, it goes up, but you also have the option, or you also are at risk of losing a portion of all that money, right? So let me get on. So what I'm saying here is, let's say you put in 245, you and your employer, and then the market made you another 245. So when you get ready to retire, you have about $500,000, 490 to be precise. This is where you're going to find out that that free money is really not free. This is where you're going to find out, because a pimp named Uncle Sugar going to come tax, because a 401k, 403b, 457 is a tax deferred product. It just is. Meaning you pay taxes on the back end. And that's going to put you at a higher tax rate. So you're going to pay more of that money. So this individual now is only going to have $323,000 to live on for the rest of their life, which is about 5 years of their income. Now, let's put this in perspective. You're 65, 67, whatever the case may be. Are you going to want to go to work in 4 or 5 years? The answer is no. You may want to do a little something, but you ain't going to be out there trying to clock no hours. And then y'all don't really understand, and I'll have to do a seminar for that one. But Social Security is a vicious trap, especially if you retire before your full retirement age. But again, that's a whole different one. What I'm going to say before I get on out of here, you need to know your numbers. And that's why I'm doing this. Retirement planning is necessary for you to start today. A lot of us are not started today. A lot of us are just going along to get along. You putting your money in your 401k because you know you can access it when you need it. But that's one of the worst things that you can do, because you're paying a higher percentage, you're paying taxes on it, and you're being penalized. But watch this. So if you're making $60,000 a year, and you say, Rod, I want to retire at the age of 60. We teach our clients you don't want to run out of money. So you need to have your annual income every year to get you to the age of 90. So in this case, it's 30. 60 minus 90 is 30. So you need 30 years of your annual income, which means when this person retires, they need to have about $1.8 million in order to not go back to work. Now, listen, this is the bare bone amount. This isn't counting for inflation, from wars, and all this other goofy stuff that be happening. This is just your bare bone number, $1.8 million. And some of y'all right now told just balled up in your shoes when you heard that number. And I understand, because that's a stiff number, especially if you're a 70s baby. If you're a 70s baby and you seen that 1.8, I know your toe just balled up in your shoes. I know it because I'm right there. So I want you to understand that it's time. You still have time to be able to go out there and protect yourself and make sure that you can actually have a retirement that you're proud of, right? So that's what I wanted to holler at y'all about tonight. Look, don't believe the hype, man. Don't believe it's just going to be all right. It's not going to be all right if you don't put yourself in position for it to be all right. It is terrible out there, and you have to make sure that you're putting yourself in a position to be able to retire. And again, this is, I ask a lot of my clients, and I'm always amazed that they can't answer. But what does retirement look like for you? When was the last time you thought about retirement, big dog? When was the last time you said, you know what, this is what a day in the life for me looks like with retirement? When was the last time you did that? And because a lot of times we don't think about it, we just work, we put our head down, then we get there, we're like, okay, I'm supposed to retire, but what am I going to do? You don't have anything to do. You don't know where you want to go. You don't know where you want to be. And as a recourse of that, you don't have the money for it. You don't have enough money. So again, I don't want you to be that person. I want you to be able to enjoy your life. I want you to be able to do what you want to do. I want you to be able to go where you want to go. I want you to be able to, be a blessing to the people you want to be a blessing to. That's what I want for you. So that being said, again, I'm going to put my little slides back up here. Again, I appreciate y'all. Those of y'all that chimed in, I hope you'll I hope you'll share this. But just one more time for your mind, I really, really want to help, especially our teachers. I really, really want you. I want you to come to these seminars, because right now I know y'all are really going through. It was so heartbreaking when I saw people saying, man, I can't. I need to work summer school. No, baby, you need a break from them children now. You can't go back into the new year saying, faith them kids. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta, now come on now. We need you to go let your hair down, take your wig off, put it down to the side, whatever we need you to go. We need you to enjoy. And so that's what we can help you do here in this financial summer school. I want you to come, especially teachers. And then, like I say, on next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, we are doing our Juneteenth financial freedom, right? Experiencing financial freedom. I cannot tell you how good it is to know that my wife and I are financially free. Again, we're not where we want to be, but I can tell you, we can put cheese on a Whopper. We don't have to buy up the 2 for $25 million. I'm just saying, we don't have to. We have put ourselves in position where we are not looking back. I don't care who want to stay back. I don't care who don't want to make it. We're gone. And I want that for you. I want you to have that freedom. I don't want you to be on the quote unquote proverbial plantation where you're out there having to do this work and do that and be subject to a job and never able to experience freedom. That's what I want you to have. I want you to have freedom. I want you to be, listen, I done made the mistakes. I don't care. I don't have no shame. I made just about every financial mistake that you can make. I was telling somebody the other day, which kind of prompted me to do this video and set up this seminar. I remember how the payday loan places, the little check cash, well, not check cash, but the little finance places will call and say, "Hey, Rod, what's going on, brother? We got some money for you." And I remember we were at a point, and man, I was burning all of them up. I ain't gonna lie to you, burning all of them. And I remember I was like, "Yeah, what you got for me?" The lady was like, "I got 500 for you." I was like, "Oh yeah, all right. Well, if I get that 500, how much longer is that gonna have me where before I can pay it off?" She said, "Oh, that's another 18 months." I said, "Oh no, good God Almighty, are you kidding me?" And I thought about that. $500 was gonna add an additional 18 months onto what I already have, and I started doing the number. Man, I almost cussed. Say almost. I ain't gonna admit that I did or didn't. That mind your business. Don't play with me, right? I'm just saying, right? But I'm saying that to say I've been there, and now I bless the Lord, we're good. Bless the Lord, we're good. I bless the Lord that I got Amexes that really don't have a limit on. I'm just saying the Lord has been kind, but here's the thing: it didn't just happen. I used the tools and the techniques that I teach in this seminar. I'm just telling you, we are doing okay. And I bless the Lord for that. And I want to help you. I want to help you get to the point where you can be okay, where you can be in a position where you can put cheese on a Whopper, where you can be in a position where if you don't feel like cooking, you ain't got to worry about light, gas, and water not getting paid, right? That's what I want for you. I want you to experience that. Get off that plantation of just working, paying bills, work to pay bills, work to pay bills. Go borrow money, go pull from your 401k to go on a vacation and do this, that, and other. No, that's that. Get out of that. Get out of that. It's free. It's free. Give us free. I'm going to say it like that. Give us free. So again, that's what I want for you. So again, that is going to be next Saturday. Again, text that number, that 901-716-7050. We will give you your reservation to get into the facility. All right. Well, that's my time. So much. I hope y'all will like and share. And again, until next time, until we meet again, I pray that you will understand this one thing that I've said for so long. I'm going to say it again. Knowledge is not power until it is applied. You can have an 18-wheeler truck up and ready to go, but it is not going to go anywhere until you apply the clutch and put it in gear. When you do that, you'll move forward. And the same thing will happen with this information that I shared with you tonight if you'll just apply it to your life. So again, until next time, I'm Rod Hickman, president and founder of Generational Wealth Builders, where poverty ends with us. I look forward to seeing y'all soon. May the Lord bless and keep you until next time. Y'all take care. God bless and bye-bye.